So it looks like Aaliyah's 1 in a Million is setting records, and people want to uncancel Chrisette Michele. And it looks like Meghan Markle has been vindicated because we're hearing that the staffers that were calling her a bully are rescinding their complaints. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So there are a few stories that I wanted to cover with you because, as you know, we cover a variety of topics outside of Housewives. We will continue to cover the Housewives and reality TV. But there are some really important stories that I wanted to get to, and that includes Aaliyah. So as you know, we did a whole video, a whole live, talking about how the family, the estate of Aaliyah, are not fully in support of the release of her music. And allegedly, it's not because of the music being heard. It's really because they're not receiving, according to them, what they should be receiving in regards to royalties, payment. This is what they've alluded to. I'll post the video from that live that we did on that so you can see a little bit more information on that. So here's the other part of the story, though. According to Barry Hankerson, the former manager and the head of Aaliyah's label, Blackground, did a whole interview with Billboard saying that, you know, this was the time he took it as the family talking about the reemergence of Aaliyah's brand and things like that as the go-ahead to make this deal with Empire Records, no relation, to put out her music. So there is a schedule for Blackground's music that will be coming out. So that kind of contradicts what he was saying about the go-ahead, because not only is Aaliyah music coming to streaming networks, JoJo's music is coming to streaming networks, Timbaland and Magoo, Tank, like all of Tank's catalog is finally coming to streaming. So you're not to be trusted, Barry Hankerson. Either way, the release of 1 in a Million this past week has set all kinds of records. I'm listening to my CD, but y'all do what y'all will. I know you guys have been waiting for streaming music from Aaliyah and her estate for a very long time. But this is what they're celebrating. Not only do we have Aaliyah music, we're setting records. So according to reports, and this is according to Blackground 2.0 on their Instagram, for the very first time in 25 years, Aaliyah is back in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. She had the #1 catalog album, the #1 digital album, and the #2 independent album. Stay tuned. More Aaliyah music will be coming to streaming networks in the coming months, including her last album before she passed away. She was literally filming the video for Rock the Boat when she passed away. And of course, the compilation album that they put out after her passing as well will be coming. And we're hearing new music from Aaliyah will also be coming. But speaking of music, let's talk about Chrisette Michele. I know, you're probably thinking, what about Chrisette Michele? Well, because of fellow gossiper John Murray, who posted a tweet, you know, he's talking about everyone celebrating Kanye, even though Kanye literally was at the White House with a MAGA hat on, celebrating Donald Trump, but yet people are celebrating and listening to his music. Well, he's saying now, why don't we uncancel Chrisette Michele? I'm just going to post up what exactly he said. So John Murray says this: since our culture is so hyped about Kanye West's Donda album, it's time to uncancel Chrisette Michele. I hated her singing at 45's inauguration, but Chrisette Michele never disrespected our history or ancestors, didn't rock a MAGA hat, and never ran a covert campaign to sway an election. You may recall Kanye West also ran for president back in 2020 and lost dismally, and said some really problematic things about his own family during his campaigning. Chrisette Michele, though, is now responding to John Murray's thoughts in her own reposting of this and caption. She says this: I always wondered how to respond to this question. Should Chrisette Michele be uncanceled? That's the question she's referring to. She says, it's actually the reason I don't do interviews anymore. Being compared to Kanye and Travis for the last 5 years, watching them soar in the highest realms of stardom, waiting on God's hand to show me exactly what my story will look like. I've made a choice to stay full of gratitude and masterpiece. But today, this post has inspired me to allow the energy of comparison to enter my feed. I think most of the comments are well intended, and I'm not really attached to the results of the conversation, but it is an interesting topic. Kanye endorsed him. Travis sang with me, and time unfolded. What do you think history has proven in this tale? What did you think 5 years ago? What do you think today? Would you release new music if you were me? What would you sing about? Who would you sing to? Why? Why? What does my role as a female play in this story? What about my role as a Christian? How about my role as it compares to Kanye and Travis? Look, clearly there definitely is some sexism going on in regards to this conversation with Chrisette Michele. We do already see that men are treated differently when it comes to backlash. Look at the DaBaby situation. Sidebar. We didn't talk about the DaBaby, and I'm a straight shooter. I'd like to give you a fair update. He has apologized again after meeting with 9 HIV organizations, and they released their own statement saying that he was truly engaged in the conversation and even apologized after hearing what it is like with living with HIV and how these people with HIV are still here and thriving. They had asked him to be a part of this back in early August, and that did happen. But back to Chrisette Michele. A lot of people are saying, cancel culture and whatnot. A lot of people have different opinions of cancel culture. I don't even know if cancel culture really exists. But in the world of Chrisette Michele, I'm sure she does feel it. Have people cancel Chrisette Michele, or is Chrisette Michele really suffering from what a lot of R&B music has been suffering from? Kanye are a part of the hip hop world that's still thriving. Chrisette's in the R&B world where people of her time, when Chrisette came out, are not doing that well. So I'm not sure if it was a real situation for her. She doesn't really say if it was a real situation for her, but she does see how it differs in comparison to Kanye versus her. Or is it because she doesn't have a hit song out? That's the big question for me. With that being said, Chrisette is an amazing, talented artist. I'm looking forward to some more music from her. I don't know if she really has taken a break since the whole backlash that she received. I'm not into canceling anyone. I just won't support if I don't like you anymore. Like this Donda album, I'm not listening to. I could care less about Kanye because people do have very short memories, especially when it comes to Kanye West. Moving on, let's talk about Meghan Markle. As you know, Meghan Markle has been in the news since she's gotten into this relationship with Prince Harry. But most recently, after her interview with Oprah and Prince Harry, she revealed a lot of stunning, but maybe not so stunning allegations against the royal family. And one of the things that happened right before the interview was that Buckingham Palace said that they were going to open an investigation on the complaints from staffers that Meghan Markle was a bully. We see you, Dorit. And this is what we were talking about when I was talking about how Dorit called Garcelle a bully. Somehow it always comes back to Housewives. But back to Meghan Markle. So they said that they were going to investigate those claims. And this was right before the interview aired. Even just back in June of this year, the Buckingham Palace had said that the investigation was still ongoing. But now we are hearing that the staffers are rescinding their complaints of bullying. Oh, goodness. I just don't know what to believe on either side, to be honest with you. On either side, I just don't know what to believe in regards to the story. I do believe, on one hand, Buckingham Palace is trying to keep up appearances. But at the same time, based on the moves that Prince Harry and Meghan have made in recent months, and I know they have to make money because the royal family is no longer supporting Prince Harry, but it's interesting. I can see why this is such a hot topic and why people are just so team Meghan or team Harry or team the royal family. I am team no one. What is going on with you people? Did you guys donate for Haiti yet? There is a donate button available below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.